Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You wanna be where you can see our troubles are all the same. You wanna be where everybody knows your name. You wanna go where people know people are all the same. You wanna go where everybody knows your name.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another show. So great to have you here. Thank you all for being here. Yeah, we're going to have a good show today. It's going to be, you know what? It's going to be a very manly show. You can see I'm wearing my manliest of shirts. I'm sure I'm going to be joined by my equally manly co-host in a moment here. And yeah, we're just going to have it. We're just going to have a good old show. Have a good old show. It's started blouse, 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 says Lama Giganti. What a lovely blouse. That is, you know, I tried to find another shirt, and I found it. I tried it on, and it may even be more manly than this, but it didn't fit me, unfortunately. I couldn't get it around my husking pectorals. Vanessa wants to know, why do I keep stealing your blouse? Yes, that's it. You're exactly right, Amanda. I put on my best shirt. Did he leave? The moral accomplice can't have left. Please be here, Mr. Poulton. You can't have left. I have something lined up for you specifically. That would be a disaster. I mean, I go out of the way. There's Brad here in the chat. That's a nice shirt. Do they make them for men? I go out of my way to put on this nice shirt. I wasn't wearing this before, just for Mark Poulton, and then he leaves. This could spark another video. Oh my goodness. Yes, Thunderbuns is there in the background. But before we let him join us on the panel here, let's say hello to you wonderful people in the chat. We got Good Stuff Comics Gator there, who has shared something fairly spectacular with me, and we're going to watch that in a moment. We've got Amanda B here, Eric Weathers, superstar on Twitch. We have Mo Biggs in the house, Snuggy Jr., David McDowell, Lama Giganti's here, Hockey, I Borrow Ideas, K Manifesto's here, great to see. We've got Jason from Unhinged Entertainment is here. Who else? Amanda B, aforementioned. B Rose is in the house. No more bush pigs here, he says. No, we don't want any bush pigs here. We've got Skip Edwards Art in the house, Perth Comics. Who else? Is that French? Is that Roy? Is that Roy? Either way, he's drawing. All right, it's showtime. Thank you so much for joining us. Who else is here? Jasper Plan 9. Did I say hello to David? I feel like I did, but you get 2 tonight. Maybe. There's Leroy in there. Gayer than Prince Harry for a special. I'm not sitting there complaining about my privilege though. Or maybe I should. I've garnered quite a privileged position here in Comicsgate. Maybe I need to start complaining about everyone holding me down. I don't know. Eric is here. I always say Eric Hutfuls. It's Hutfuls. I'm just going to say Eric is here. Great to see you. Love to see it. Mr. Steve West is in the house. Rob Arnold's here. Fizz Chozo's here. Who else? Andrew Taz, great to see you here. Mike looks like a used car salesman tonight. Hey, maybe I am. I'm trying to sell you the hottest puzzles in the business. Trust me, I have the same puzzle at home. You're gonna love it. Who else is here? Michael T Comics, great to see. Who else? Scrolling. I think that could be it. Maybe. Did I say hockey? I hope I did. Dojo Kun. Howl to everyone, each and every one of you. Absolutely. Does Bancroft shop in Chinatown? We have a great Chinatown here as a in Melbourne. Having me as a wrench is privilege many enjoy but few deserve. Well put, Mo. Leandro's here. Great to see. Dark Gift Comics. Did I miss anyone? I hope I didn't. Oh, Mr. McWeeny, thank you. I knew there would be another gentleman in here of exquisite fashion sense. He'll be able to see just what a guy like NTM can't see. He can't see what's going on here. Hold on a sec. I need backup. Joe, back me up on this. Another man with exquisite taste in the finer things in life.
It's magnificently masculine. I love it.
And you yourself are also looking magnificently masculine tonight.
Well, thank you very much. I've heard a lot of talk lately about how important it is to have manly men in your immediate sphere of influence because they help you when the outside world is trying to tear you down. And so I just am so happy that we have such a cadre of manly men in our midst. And I'm hoping that as we look around outside of, as you put it, the CG bubble, we'll see not only other manly men, but maybe some cool comics, maybe some cool indie stuff that we haven't seen before.
That's the hope. That's the plan.
Yeah, I just hope that anybody who is running a campaign thinks about possibly, putting a puffy shirt with ties on the sleeves as a possible campaign perk.
Yeah,
because we're looking into it for the Outliers and the Lucent 2, and the more info, the more feedback we can get on it, the better.
Rob says Bancroft wore a shirt exactly like that when we met up in real life. I did, and I wore my very classy handmade English shoes, and they looked great and they sounded great when I walked. Thank you for pointing that out, Rob. I saw you having a drink there, Joe. What are you drinking?
Tonight it's a bourbon, but I'm really thinking of trying this new drink that I hear is all the rage in Manhattan. It's called an apple teeny. It's like a martini with apple.
Well, I see you're putting your little pinky up there. I'm going to join you. I'm going to drink a tea with you tonight.
Cheers, big
man.
You
know what's more manly than a tea?
A VB?
2 teas.
Oh, 2 teas. Double pinkies, fully extended. I don't know about you guys in the chat, but the testosterone is radiating across the ocean and just
what are we doing?
Washing over me.
Joe tells you to put that pinky down. My goodness. Welcome to the Fruity Drink Club. Jasper thinks a puzzle might be more manly than 1 tea. I played the puzzle trailer yesterday. We lost 15 viewers like that. I didn't realize the puzzle would be so polarizing. We had a polarizing discussion yesterday about leaving Comicsgate, but none of that, all of that paled in comparison to me playing that puzzle trailer.
Do you think they were intimidated by the number of pieces?
Yeah, could be. I mean, I put a disclaimer on especially on the 1,000. On the 1,000 piece puzzle, I said this is only for the most hardcore Puzzlegate, denizens of Puzzlegate. What the fuck is this? Bancroft, the president of the First Works Club. These are Mel's special teacups. She won't be happy that I've brought these in here.
They look very, very striking. They have a very strong presence, yet gentle in the way they cradle your tea as you bring it to your lips.
I was gonna play a clip for Mark, the Moral Compass Primetime Pulton, but apparently he's flown the coop. You know what? I said I've got something special to show you, and he just bugged out. He couldn't handle it, so I guess we're gonna have to wait for another night. But I see that Mr. Rob Arnold is here in the chat, and a very diligent. I have many little birdies out there, although I'm sure this person won't appreciate me calling them that. People out there who tell me, certain things out there, and he alerted me to the existence of something earlier that pertains to our good friend here, Mr. Rob Arnold. Apparently, Kenneth Roquefort has done a sketch of Rob Arnold today.
Really?
I didn't even think that was a thing. That he does his warm-up sketches on the pads.
Yeah.
Apparently now he's doing Comicsgate creators.
Wow.
As sketches. Check this out.
The likeness is striking.
I mean, Rob was saying, this is what I look like when we met in real life. This is a spitting image of what he looks like in real life.
The hair, it might as well be a photograph. That is amazing.
The bags under the eyes, the hairy forearms and knuckles.
Right.
The forehead, obviously.
I noticed that the knuckles are dragging on the floor, which you told me was the most charming thing about meeting Rob in person.
It was. It made me feel a little better about myself. I was worried going to meet him. But isn't Kenneth just a fantastic caricaturist?
Yeah, I had no idea that he was so gifted with portraiture. I mean, his sequential art is amazing, but the fact that he could do not only such a stunning likeness, but in color as well, because a lot of times I see portraits done in black and white, but here he's got not only the forms and the proportions correct, but he's also got all the hues and values. It really is uncanny.
Yeah, Leroy says he missed the helmet though. That is true, but without the helmet, we wouldn't have been able to see the Rob Hawk,
right.
which is really what is what it's all about.
It's pretty much
his Rob.
Yeah, his crowning glory, if I can put it that way.
The manifesto, the K. What could the K stand for? That is a mystery.
Kid.
I guess only Rob and Kenneth know. That is a mystery for the ages.
Maybe that is how Ken is signing his CG tribute pieces. It's a new artist signature. He just puts it right on the overalls.
Right. Yeah. He's just signing it right on there.
Just K right there on the figure.
Rob reckons the K stands for Kill Bang.
Now, Rob.
K is for crack. Yes. Yeah. Could be. I had another thing shared with me today, which had an equal amount of effort put into it as this beautiful Kenneth Roquefort piece. But it pertains to us and here on this show and you guys in the chat. You have lovingly and graciously accepted the moniker of the Bogans. And we had one of our very own Bogans here in the chat. Let me find, here it is. Sharing audio. Put this together for us. It's called Nobody Likes a Bogan, and it's a parody, everyone. This is an old song here from the early to mid 90s or something. But it's got a special twist on it. So I think we should have a look at this. Well done, good stuff, Comic Skater, by the way. Great song. I wear them.
A well-kept mullet and a packet of smokes. His mates will tell you he's a real top bloke. His real
top bloke.
That's it. Got the VB in there. There's Shazza, my ex-girlfriend. He's back in the 90s after. That's what I look like.
They're
Some
so
good old
rude.
Aussie ska music from the mid-90s. That was my first car. I had a Commodore, but it was a VB.
Saturday night, the boys hit town, yeah, they're cruising the streets with their windows down. Put on some buns and they're on their way. You'll hear the car coming from a mile away.
It is like a deep fake.
He's sick and tired of hearing people say
Nobody likes.
Nobody likes a bogan. Nobody likes a bogan. Hey.
They're playing cricket bats there. And I think a rake. Look, there's the Sheilas with their perms.
Nobody likes a bogan. Nobody likes a bogan. Nobody likes a bogan. Nobody likes a bogan.
Phenomenal stuff there. Good stuff, Comic Skater. Well done. Well done.
Bloody oath.
Bloody oath. You know, it even warrants a fucking oath. Nobody likes us. Well, yeah, that's the allegation. But we like us, and that's the most important thing. I like this comment here. IBIT did they shrink Bancroft's Oh, God.
They just gave him bangs.
Yeah. This is going to be stuck in my head for 10 hours. Well, it's on Good Stuff Comic Skaters YouTube channel. So I don't know if anyone has the link there. Oh, damn it! I should have put the link in the chat.
He's got
before I closed it down.
Yeah, he's got that one and several more as well.
All right, I'm going to put the link in the chat for everyone to be able to watch it whenever you want. There it is. I mean, obviously, don't go there now. But Lord Crackhead thought it actually looked a bit small. Yeah. Well, I mean, the forehead is deceptive. That song traumatized me into bogan. That was a real song. That was that was on TV and everything and on the radio. I remember. I mean, I'd forgotten about it, but people are saying that should be the new intro. I don't know if I could do that to everyone. Maybe an outro.
There you go.
Maybe I need an outro. I can play "Nobody Likes a Bogan" at the end of the show.
Mm-hmm.
That could be an idea. That's what tabs are for. I was showing the audio, so you can't switch between tabs when you're sharing the audio.
Yeah.
All right. What are we? 18 minutes in. We should probably start talking about something. As fun as this is, and I could go on all night. I don't know if the good people here in the chat. We got 62 people here, expecting us to peer outside a bubble.
I'm sure there's some manly men in the chat that could go all night.
They probably are. They probably are. Oh, I've got some window open there. Yeah. So, yeah, as I said, last night we had a discussion, and it was way more polarized than I thought it would be. We had really different opinions going on in the chat, and I always know it's sort of a polarizing show when I get a bunch of comments afterwards. People want to have their say in the comments after the show's done. 62 disappointed people, says Rob. 18 minutes of this nonsense feels like the Jack show. Yeah, sometimes you just got to let our hair down. You can't be all business all the time. But yeah, anyway, as for the discussion, we were talking about, what it means to leave comic skating. During that discussion, we spoke a little bit about, what that means, and people who aren't Comicsgate anyway, and who are out there doing books, especially on Indiegogo. I don't know if you recall, Joe, but I mean, you probably would, because back in the day, remember when Zach first said, I'm going to put it on Indiegogo, most of us said, oh, what's Indiegogo?
Yeah, I
and
remember
then
very
when we
well.
went there, do you remember any other comics on the site? Neither do I. And then for a long time, you would go to Indiegogo and you'd hit on comics.
Yep.
There'd be nothing else in there but Comicsgate books.
And I'm told that they existed, but I don't remember ever seeing any.
I'm sure there were some, but I mean, that was crazy time. But even a year ago, when I first put up my campaign, and I would go in and look at the different books on the that screen, whatever that is, the explore screen.
Right.
It'd be almost pretty much exclusively CG books. When's the last time you went there and checked that out? That page, the explore page.
Oh, maybe 2020.
It's changed. It's changed. There are a lot of books on there now that I had absolutely no idea existed. It's a different landscape now. And I recall not too long ago, seeing comment threads and stuff, or Twitter threads, or whatever it is, Kickstarter people talking about going onto Indiegogo, and people saying, you can't go onto Indiegogo. That's the alt-right site. You'll be smeared. You'll be ruined if you go and associate with those scoundrels over there, those Nazis hanging out on Indiegogo. And it seems to me that something is happening over there on Indiegogo, because let's just stop talking about it and go and friggin' check it out.
You think maybe something's in the water and people are inspired to put out independent books and try and get them crowdfunded on Indiegogo?
I think it might be the case. And we've talked about as well, should we go over to Kickstarter? We've had that discussion plenty of times. And
well, not you and I, but people in general.
Exactly. And there was one point where I was actually sort of properly considering it, and then Kickstarter did something, and I was just like, oh my god! It was the Vinny thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, every time I think about potentially spreading my wings out like that company just shows their true colors. I remember saying, actually, what I'm gonna wait until they get an attack, a cancel culture attack, and see how they respond. If they just throw the person under the bus because they're the wrong kind of person or something. I think here's something. This is something that has popped up on a Shane Davis channel. We've had this guy on the show before. It's Tyler from Draw and Talk, talking about Kickstarter.
Yeah, he's been on the show before.
Yeah. He's got a decent sized channel. Another one of those guys who's stop saying spread. Am I saying spread a lot? I don't know.
I think he might be a little offended at you spreading your manliness across the internet, but it doesn't bother me.
Leroy is wondering what I'm rambling about. I'm getting to a point, Leroy. I'm sorry. It's all this tea. It's getting to my head. And Jasper thinks we should occupy Kickstarter. This is where I'm getting to. So, but before that, I just want to read out this statement here from Tyler from Draw and Talk. And I don't know what this is in response to, but he says, true story. I did a Kickstarter. It got funded in 2 days. I messaged her on what it would take to get a Projects We Love badge. And she told me that because my book was Christian, that she wouldn't do it. She then blocked me on Twitter. This company just seems to go out of its way to show everyone what a wretched hive of scum and villainy it is. So, every time I think, hey, maybe we should go over there and put our stuff on there, They convinced me not to. Rob says he believes it. Leroy says F Kickstarter. Jasper, he doesn't say who it is, but I mean, Tyler does not strike me as the kind of person who would make up something like that. I remember this happening, him having his campaign funded, and then he just dropped it.
And it seems to be, if I may provide a little context, if I'm not mistaken, the she he's referring to is the Kickstarter rep that Tyler was trying to communicate with to get that projects we like tag associated with his campaign, because clearly it funded very quickly, and he was trying to find out if he could get a little visibility from Kickstarter.
Yeah, it's, you can get, the same thing happens on Indiegogo. You get a little art and whatever badge, and it means yeah. And when you get that, that's great. You usually get it at the start of the campaign, at the end, but sometimes you can get it in the middle, and you really do end up getting a bump. Steve Werser says, "No, don't make us use Kickstarter." I wouldn't ask you guys to go support Kickstarter. The point where we to ever do that would be to find new people to sort of bring into our fold, because there's just people over there that have never heard of Indiegogo. That's the whole point of it. The rep is rude. Oh yeah, discrimination is cool apparently for them, as long as it's going one way. But yeah, the whole reason I'm bringing this up is, we are not going over there. They've got a hashtag right underneath the title page, the logo of the page. They pull this kind of stuff now. They've pulled crazy stuff in the past. So I don't think it's going to be very likely that any of us are going to be rushing to go over to Kickstarter and try and find that those new readers over there anytime soon. But to bring it back to what I'm talking about, there seems to be a whole bunch of people who are willing to do the reverse. Now, I assume a lot of these people, in fact, probably all of them, have Kickstarters, but they're also simultaneously, is that a word?
Yes, simultaneously
running Indiegogo campaigns as well.
Well, anytime on Indiegogo, if you see a campaign where it says it raised X number of dollars on another platform, you can be 99.9% certain that other platform was Kickstarter.
Rob says they want that CG money. Yeah, is that what's happening? These people are coming here for the CG money, and if so, are they going to get it? I've not heard of these books, most of them.
I certainly hope that they are, because if they are, then it means that they're interested in trying to be profitable. And that's a good thing. Now, whether or not they actually get it is another story. But if they think that it's a good idea to bring their project to Indiegogo because they recognize that that's where the money's at, then good for them. That's, kind of taking the first baby step toward what might be a much bigger success story for their project. But as we all know, Indiegogo is an entirely different place from Kickstarter when it comes to the sensibilities of a lot of the customers, the sensibilities of how the site is run, the way that campaigns are structured. It's a completely different ballgame. And any of the creators I've talked to who have done campaigns on both Kickstarter and Indiegogo, and there have been quite a few, they have told me every single time that they much prefer the Indiegogo platform. There might be one or two features they think Kickstarter has they wish that Indiegogo would implement, but they say there's no contents. They would rather run it on Indiegogo every time.
All right. Well, let's have a look at these, shall we? So these are the top trending books on Indiegogo right now. Have you heard of any of these three? Arachna?
No.
The Speed of Light and Holler 3. Nope. These two look like they would probably appeal to us.
Could be.
I'm just going to quickly click these and have a little quick look. I don't know if I'm not in. Yes, I am.
You're not signed in?
X53 Studios. Yeah, I mean, I've got literally no idea what this is. This is the first time I'm seeing it. Oh. I'm just going to quickly scroll past that. Booty, butt kick in action, pro level art. But again, I have no idea who these guys are. X53 Studios. It's not saying that it was funded on any other platform.
So this looks like it probably is their first foray for that campaign.
The trailer of Arachna is so cringe. Renzo posted about it. 5 classic superhero. Lord Crackhead likes the AAT. Yeah, it is good art. Let's check out Speed of Light.
Better not be porn.
I know it could be. That's the issue. I've not clicked on these at all. Oh, Evol use this sounds familiar. Actually, I feel like I've seen that imprint before.
Evolution Publishing.
Evolution. Okay, art isn't as impressive, but the cover thing was good. That was a bit of a bait and switch there with this cover art. This looks right up Leroy's alley here. Holler 3.
Oh yeah,
looks like it's got the Nirvana t-shirt on.
A guitar in the background.
Yeah. Looks like this is Leroy's jam right here. A nice sort of coming of age tale, I reckon.
And he says that he really wants comics that look like they were made by professionals. And, this right here looks like something I would expect to see in any typical comic shop today.
This is a slice of life comic.
Yeah, I would expect to see it in a pile next to the register with a little sign that says free, please take one.
You're very harsh, Joe. There's different strokes for different folks.
That is true. I'll give you that.
So, these campaigns here, they are the cover is deceiving. Crackhead's going to go buy it. Do you want to put the link in the description there? Hail Nefarious. Nefarious actually left a comment on yesterday's video, yesterday's stream. I can't read it. I see that he left a comment, but every time I try and click on it, does that ever happen to anyone else? It's really bizarre.
Was it written in a foreign language?
No, it's written in English. I could only read the start of it. I'm sorry if I can't give you a like there, Nefarious, because it won't let me. Rob says it says free. Please don't burn me. I don't know. Like these people, maybe Arachna especially, are these people that we, and I mean CG, need to be reaching out to? Is there do they have their own audiences that we can sort of cross-pollinate with? And this is what I'm saying, why it's linked to yesterday's show. I'm not asking that they come in and become CG. I'm asking, hey, let's just keep our doors open and look at this thing as, we've always looked at CG as a sort of like a how's it been said in the past, like a escape ship or something from a bigger ship, like we're leaving the mainstream behind and we're going off on our own. But that's a kind of us versus them. We've got a shield wall up sort of thing happening, and it's obviously it gets pretty insular that way, and it makes it hard for people to come in, and then it leaves us in the bubble. Hence the name of the show here. Is there opportunity here for us to get guys like Arcana the Adventure? Obviously, they're perfectly fine with being associated with Comicsgate if they just by the sheer fact that they're putting their books on Indiegogo.
Yeah, so, that's what was it that one of the anti-CG people said? It's the first sign that they're Comicsgate or something along those lines. So whether that's actually true or not is irrelevant. The fact that there's a lot of people out there who claim that it's true, and in a world where perception often is claimed to be the same thing as reality. That could be. Now, Eric Huffles is saying that they are CG.
Okay, well, there you go. Derek says, I don't understand why you would only support CG. Why not look everywhere and support those who put out quality books? I do. I've
Yeah.
got Max
Same
Smith's
here.
book right here. I got it in there. Ivar Ideas was yelling at me saying I'm just going to be talking about Max Smith. I've got plenty of books that aren't CG, and but there are some people who are CG only, and that's cool. That's their decision. The point is, would these guys want to come hang out with us? That's what I'm asking. I'm saying it used to be there were a couple of books on this top trending list that weren't CG. Now there's, it looks like almost half of them potentially aren't Comicscape, but they're there. But they're there on the homepage. Leroy says Bancroft, the onus is on them to come to us. Yeah, I get that, but it's when you promote people and you're sort of promoting everyone, we're all in the same kind of CG bubble. It's a lot of just in a mirror sort of thing. Like we're trying to. I think maybe it might be worthwhile for us to make a little bit of extra effort to reach out to people who aren't in that bubble, and who knows what you're going to find out there. You can't say that Bancroft just because they are on CG doesn't mean they're okay. I think it means on Indiegogo. That's that. But look, hey, I'm just saying the perception out there is that Indiegogo is the Comicsgate platform. So what I'm saying is they just don't care. Like they don't care enough what the cancel culture SJW's Twitterati people will say about them to not put it on Indiegogo, because there are people out there saying if you put your campaign on Indiegogo, like that's it. I know it's sort of less than it was back in the day, but I don't know. People are asking me to play this trailer. Apparently, it's cringe, but it's got a nice busty lady here with a very high ponytail. So probably can't go too wrong. I mean, I'll play a minute of it. I say, let's see how it goes. Let me know if you got audio.
I can hear it.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. I'm Arachna, and I am going to be the star of my very own ongoing graphic novel adventure. So, the adventure also kind of follows this girl named Jenny, who's this dweeby college student. But I am her other personality. And when Jenny gets superpowers, she puts them on to me because she knows she can't handle them, and I become Arachna. Now, we would really love if you would check out our crowdfunding campaign and become a backer, because we really can't do it without you. And this is such an important project for so many talented people. And if you check out some of the levels, you can get a personal message from me if you become a backer. So I think that's kind of cool. So please check out our crowdfunding campaign. We would love to have you on board. Thanks.
Oh God. Okay. No. Hey, look, they tried something different.
They did.
It's not really what we're used to. But if I was going to back it, I'm not. Guys, we might want to try and get this guy on the show. I don't know. Spray this shit with Raid. Look. Hey, They tried something. Oh, apparently, it gets worse. Brian says wealthy people using crowdfunding. Yeah, do you reckon that was an actor? Must have been. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, look. Hey, if they haven't been hanging around CG, they wouldn't have access to Rob Arnold's fantastic secret document on how to crowdfund a book. But here in the in the top 6, we've got Alien Alamo from Graham Nolan. Now, I obviously I know of Nexus and I know of Mike Barron. I didn't know of this book. Apparently, someone said earlier it did fund on Kickstarter.
Oh, okay.
At some point. Babylon Working 3 has 11 days left. Let's check this out, see what the hell this is. Hashtag Comicsgate. I presume he is referring to Alien Alamo, which is closing out in 3 days, everyone. Rob. You guys, I could not be... You guys that just have the what is it? You get very, gung-ho in the chat. I would never say that about someone. She put herself out there for all of us to see in that suit, which, you know, couldn't have been easy to do. I hope she was well paid for that that appearance. Well, the art looks cool on here. Oh, this is No Sleep Press. This is that Marcel Dupree, isn't it?
Okay.
I think it is. And I think, yeah, he's a guy who definitely does both Kickstarter and Indiegogo. And I don't think he's very amicable or open towards Comicsgate. But I could be wrong there. But I mean, if he is, this guy does a lot of books. If it is the guy I'm thinking of, and I'm pretty sure it is, No Sleep Press. Maybe it isn't No Sleep Press. Let me view the full profile. Campaigns. Yeah, surely you guys would have. That's that Vetita Awakening guy.
That's him. That's Marcel.
Yeah. I don't know where he stands with us. I don't think he likes us very much.
I don't know.
Rob's calling him out. My goodness. Do they sell the... You guys are still hung up on that Arcana costume. Jasper says it's good. Yeah. Hey, look, if you're someone who's just, hey, I just want really cool art and interesting book. This guy seems to be pumping out books left, right, and center. And I don't know if any of them get massive numbers, but he's certainly giving it a red hot crack. This is the worst stream of the year so far. What? Look at what Joe. Do I need to do this? One sec.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Can you show?
I mean,
Leroy.
I've
exactly.
How much more testosterone could a man possibly fit inside a shirt? I mean, come on. These knots didn't tie.
I just don't know what he's complaining about.
These knots didn't tie themselves. I learned how to tie knots in the Boy Scouts. And, you know, obviously those skills are coming in handy now in my middle-aged manly life.
Fatal J is pro CG, has an Indiegogo book now. Yeah, Ninja Blast, that's on here as well. There it is right here. Here we go. Here's a guy who I don't know, but I saw him on a stream the other day. Let me close some of these other tabs. I don't like having too many tabs open. I don't know where I am. Ninja Blast by Fatal J. Yeah, who did I see him on? Hashtag be better background. I'm controlled opposition. Blouse. Yeah, he was good on stream. Who was it on? God, it annoys me. I have it. Oh, was it Peter Samedi? Was it Peter Samedi?
Probably.
Could have been.
Probably.
I haven't checked out his book yet, but there we go. I don't know. Like, I see where's he? This is what I'm interested in knowing. Where are these guys coming from? Like, what are their circles? How many people are in them? Do they have, you know, a couple of hundred followers that might want to come hang out with us? Well, if we're willing to go hang out with them.
Yeah, at the end of the day, indie comics relies on networking in order to make serious inroads to new markets and new market segments. So whether it's CG or outside of CG, the bottom line is that if you've got people who are really passionate about buying great books and you got passionate people who want to make great books, you put those two together and you got the potential there for a market. You got a potential there for a network. And if you can get multiple networks working together, now you're really making waves.
Speaking of networking, do you reckon we can get these guys on? Clownfish?
Oh, those are good people. I've been following them for a long time, and I've streamed with Neon on Art T. Bear's channel on our Pontificators show.
It could potentially happen.
Yeah.
I don't know. Would you guys be interested in that?
They certainly are open to visiting other channels and Very friendly, very cool people. The only difficulty that I have seen is they are so busy that it can be difficult just to book them due to scheduling reasons. But I'm guessing that they've got a comic that they want to sell and they're interested in bringing it to new readership. So I certainly think it's worth reaching out.
We have a man in here who's exactly what we're talking about. I don't know if Reagan's CG. I don't care. He's got an amazing looking book. He came on the show. We connected. We had fun. And I can't wait for his book to come out. And when it does, I'm going to promote the hell out of it. Thank you so much, Reagan, for coming in and hanging out. This is what I'm talking about. Indiegogo is changing. It's not just CG land anymore. That's the point. I'd love to get the Clownfish guys on and have a chat if they were amicable to it. This show is late night with Comicsgate. That's because all you guys here in the chat are CG. That's this is a show for you guys. But that doesn't mean that everyone who comes on the show has to be CG, and we only promote CG books or back CG or whatever. Like, this is how we get that shield wall up a bit and start growing our audience and sharing audiences. Sorry, Reagan, for having to connect with me. Eric can't wait for what? Yeah, it's actually one of my most highly anticipated books now. I really love the look of it. Nefarious for $25. Thank you so much, Nefarious. I'm sorry I couldn't read your comment or like it. YouTube's just being funny lately. As I understand it, CG is the response to the insular mainstream cliques who demand people virtue signal their allegiance or perish in the industry. The moment CG starts doing the same is the moment the mainstream wins. I couldn't agree with you more, actually, Nefarious. And, there's been pushes for exactly that. Purity testing, gatekeeping, all that sort of stuff within CG in the past. And thankfully, thus far, eventually that gets, it falls apart. And the people who wanted to do that have sort of had to, I guess, kind of go over to their corner of CG and do whatever they want there. They couldn't convince the rest of us that that's what we needed to do. And I think that's a great thing. Leroy disavows the show tonight. Can't win them all. Here's someone that we brought up heaps yesterday, Billy Tucci, and this is the comic in question that I guess perhaps spawned the discussion. It was Death Shroud. What else have we got here? There's CG. That one's finished. Ultra. Has anyone heard of Ultra?
No, not me.
Let's have a look. Ultra by Henry Cox. The art looks pretty cool so far. Wow, yeah. I like that. Does anyone in the chat know what this is? I've not seen this before, but man, that looks rad.
Does it say who the artist is?
It says Henry Cox.
Okay. It reminds me of a
just
title.
14 backers.
Yeah, it reminds me of a title that Alterna used to publish a few years ago, but I don't think it's the same artist. Looks similar.
Leroy
though.
says it's weeb bait. Never seen it before. Never heard of it. Pretty detail, nice, heavy metal like. Yeah, this is the thing. Like, I don't know. Do we need to reach out? I don't know. I mean, it's not like this guy has clearly a massive audience, but he's going at it alone, seemingly. Looks pretty good to me. What else? Albatross Junction, Volume 1 graphic novel. See what I'm saying? There's all these books on Indiegogo now that, I don't know, maybe you guys have heard of them, but I haven't. Bancroft always says rad. It's the Stephen McGee.
Living in the
did it have a 10K gold in it?
Glory days.
Oh yeah, that's There you go. Maybe they need to get in touch.
A flexible one at that.
Albatross is CG. There we go. I didn't know about it. Kevin Cosme and Anthony Legapia. Oh, this actually looks a bit familiar now. Where have I seen this?
The
Maybe
name
someone
sounds-
sent this to me.
Yeah, the name sounds familiar.
People have heard of this one.
Yeah, but I don't know anything about the story.
There you go. Psychedelic colors.
Rob is asking if we've heard of something called Replicator.
No, haven't heard of that. Don't break your own heart, Bancroft. How poignant. What does that mean?
Sounds poetic.
Virgil says, I dislike gatekeeping, but it's been proven too many times that you allow these useful idiots in and they go and destroy what was endearing about it. Well, I have always said, and I will always say, that you, in any definition of Comicsgate, you have to maintain that it stands against sort of like social justice, tomfoolery, gatekeeping, agenda pushing, all that sort of stuff. It has to always be against it, because you're right. If we just sort of become another network of indie comics people, yes, eventually we will get converged on and overtaken and destroyed from within. What was that book that Iridescent B Rose wants me to look up? Iridescent.
I hope that before we close out the show tonight that we'll have a musical outro.
Oh?
Yeah. There's a new Lord Finatra joint called Crawdaddy, the Gold Standard.
Yes, how could I forget? What are you sharing with me here, B Rose? This looks like it's in demand. It looks like a manga anime thing that's in demand. Here's something. Yeah, so it has backed on another platform. This is a Kickstarter thing that they've brought over to Indiegogo. This will be a day long remembered in the annals of CG history, the day the worst Bancroft streamer.
You're going to get your own entry into Leroy's history of CG.
I should have known it would be very weeby, and everyone is saying so. I don't know. I mean, look, the purpose of this chat was to ask you guys here in the chat, should we go out of our way to reach out to some of these people? They're perfectly fine existing on the same crowdfunding platform with us. It's sort of like, I hear this a lot. How do we improve the way we're perceived out there in the more general comic community?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we do it by making friends with people, and being a good, healthy community that out there making and supporting comic books. CRIT. I don't know this from Homebrewed Comics. I have no idea what this is or who this is. I don't know. $20 from Nefarious. Thank you so much, Nefarious. You are really incredibly generous. Personally, I bow to no one. I reject all labels, and my wife deleted my comment. But if we don't support others because they won't push hashtags in their Twitter bios, then we're no better than the mainstream groups we oppose. Thank you so much for the comments there, Nefarious. Why did she delete the comment? Did she think it was too aggressive? You feel free to leave any kind of comment, especially if you feel passionately about a subject. Hey, look who's here. You know this guy.
I do know that guy.
Who's this guy?
He is, among many, many other things, the color artist for The Outliers. He's currently working on Cash Grab for Cecil, and he's either wrapping up work or just recently wrapped work on Charlie's London, From East Lane to the Limelight.
And that's another book that's looking fantastic.
Ink Spots is a world-class color artist.
He is. I retweeted just some like, what was it? It was like a children's book type art.
That was a warm-up piece.
Yeah. Oh, right. There you go. Space Bastards Limited. Does everyone know that? How about Forbidden?
No.
There's that's JDA. Is he Comicsgate? I don't know.
No idea.
I don't keep up with these things. Eternal Armor's got color on it. That's cool. The Outrider. Be the Outrider. Let's have a look at this thing. The Outrider Prologue by Mark Anthony Brown. This looks like another thing for you, Leroy. This looks right up your alley. You like that kind of art, don't you?
Oh, definitely.
No interiors. That's a worry.
Although it looks like it takes place in either a coffee shop or maybe a diner.
Yeah. There's eating and dining. Might not go down well in this crowd.
that character might as well have Leroy's name stamped on his forehead.
K Manifesto, thank you again, man. It's like every night with you. I really cannot thank you enough. It's so generous of you to be super chatting every night like this, and you too, Nefarious. It really is wonderful. Thanks, Joe, Michael, and Joe for the dedication, and thanks to the chat for the laughs. Yeah, if you're not into the subject tonight, I guess you can have some laughs there in the chat. Louis says LGBT. That's a great name for it. Stump 2 is up. Everyone asked me to get Nathan on the show. Nathan does not like streaming, guys. Nathan will start streaming when he wants to. I don't think he likes the whole
puffy shirt
business of
the whole puffy shirt scene.
No, he's not into the puffy shirts. He's more of a no shirt with lots of hair.
I can understand that
coming out of it. You know what I don't like about Indiegogo is in the trending section. It has in demand, and the in demand's fine, but it even has closed campaigns sometimes. There should be a way that you can turn those off. And if you do just have like just launched, it only shows you a page or two or something. Lilith, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe these people should come to us if they want us to talk about their books. But maybe we should make the first step. I don't know. What do I know? I'm asking you guys.
It doesn't hurt to ask questions.
Back Stump 2. Yeah, by all accounts, the first one was a phenomenal success. So what are we at? We're at 58. All right, I better go find that just groundbreaking. How would you describe Lord Fanatra's new song, Joe?
I would say it's sweeping the nation. I mean, it may have started in Fanatra's lab, but like wildfires across the land of Oz, this track has lit the CG world on fire.
Couldn't have put it better myself. And it's from audio recorded on this very show, and it includes one of my all-time favorite guests, and it's Mr. Anthony. I don't know if it's Figaro or Figaro. But, Figaro. Good. I did say it correctly. Good. I don't want to be embarrassed and immortalized in a Lord Fanatra stream. 0.0013 out of 10. Terrible.
Leroy,
for the first time,
I tied
Joe
my sleeves just
more than he helped.
I tied my sleeves just for Leroy. I don't understand.
I'm not sure you can recover from this. Phil says he hasn't heard it yet. You are in for a treat.
Oh, yes, you are, my friend.
Wolfpack says, I saw Crawdaddy on the Billboard Top 100. There he is. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Crawdaddy knows where it's at.
I hope you enjoyed the stream more than Leroy did. But I had fun. I wish that moral compass had stuck around. But you know, it's all right. We can do it another time. Thank you, Joe, for joining me on this just very manly. I mean, let's sit up straight so we can show off our manly attire.
It was my pleasure. Anytime you need a slab of beefcake on camera, I'm happy to show up.
And thank you. The biggest thanks of all always goes to the wonderful, amazing people there in the chat, the sexiest chat in all of CG. You guys rock each and every day. Thank you all so much for the jokes, the comments. The Insaniacs knows what's up. I knew I liked you, Insaniacs.
Man of fine taste.
Exactly. And Jasper as well. This is a good stream. I never browse Indiegogo. I spend too. Yeah, that is true. Zaid says there's a creative renaissance going on. There is indeed. Yeah, I mean, hey, Indiegogo has changed. It's it is a different thing. But anyway, thank you guys. We will be back for another show tomorrow at the same bat time, same bat channel. Until then, have a good one. Let me take you out with the fantastic tunes of the chat's very own Mr. Lord Finatra. Here you go. All right. See you later, guys. Bye.
You see that background Mike's got? That is the gold standard.
Oh, let's do it. Let's just get this party started. Mr. Anthony Figaro.
Look, this boy's looking professional, son.
Because I have something else I need to share, Anthony. I have questions. I have questions for you.
Oh. Ask me no questions and I'll tell you no lies.
I hope you have the answers.
I gotta say this, man.
That's a crawfish.
Yeah,
I was asking what a crawfish is.
Oh. That's a mud bug. That's a water insect. He got the big claws on him. He lives in the mud. You pull him out, him and his brothers, and put him in a pot. And then you boil him. Oh. That is the gold standard. And then you put the seasoning in there with the potatoes and the corn. You put a little sausage in there. You know, a little garlic too. You know, and then you stir them up. Stir them up. Then you boil them. And then you pour them on the table. See, that's the pot right there. You boil them. That's all the crawfish. And there's all his brothers and sisters. Even got some cousins in there too. Stir them up. Then you boil them. And then you bathe them in that little tub right there. You see that? You give them a little bath and wash all that little dirt off of them. Because they can all look nasty swimming in that mud. And you wash it all off of them like that. And then you see that pot right there. You're going to boil it up and you're going to drop them right in there. And you're going to put your little seasoning in there. Make them nice and spicy. Look at them. Look at them.
Guarantee.
Yeah, that's the finished one right there. See that right? You get that red. Oh man, he good. Man, you crack them like that. You suck that head. You eat that meat out that tip, man.
I feel like we should be paying for this entertainment, don't you?
Joe, they got the tails is already. They get the poop out of it and everything.
That's some good shit.
For sure. Stir them up.